this tier list is for level 250 boss mules, okay? So there's a lot of hyper burns going on right now, and a lot of them are probably just gonna be boss mules, or it'll be your main in the future. This isn't quite a tier list for your main, like a actual main, like you're gonna play forever, like 275 plus and whatnot. This is just like a 250 boss mule. I'm doing it live with the chat. So yeah, and Phil's in the call with me. Okay, we have all the classes this time, and we have a C tier. We never had a C tier before, because I think there needs to be a C tier now. Um, yeah, and with the ignition update, some things have changed. But yeah. Anyways, Aran. So at
One more
250.
question. Are they
Oh
getting
yeah.
bonuses if the 250 character card is good?
What do you think? You think they should?
Or just purely performance wise in terms of like 250 bossing? Because I feel like, we should mention that they're getting bonuses for character cards because a lot of people are, making their terror burns for character cards.
Okay, sure. We could factor that in, but I don't think it's a big deal. Like we just
Yeah,
mention it.
it won't be. It won't be.
The other thing is we should talk about the gear that these characters are gonna have basically. So when I'm thinking 250 boss meal, I'm thinking like full 17. Um full 17, you have like a good amount of arcane force. Your nodes are like close to max or like level 20 plus. I know a lot of people's hyper burns, they're not gonna have those types of things. But I'm making this tier list for future proof for like people in the future who don't have hyper burn. They're just trying to get a 250 boss mule. By the time you're 250, usually you'll have pretty good nodes. So these like some of these classes, like they could probably do H Lomian like no problem at this like point in the game. 250 full 17 with really good nodes. Um and maybe even arcane weapon for people who are like that funded. Like that kind of boss mule I'm talking about, like the cracked boss mules. So this is like a little like one stage above Elucid and Slime. So there's that. Also keep in mind, I'm just gonna say this at the start. Disclaimer, at the end of the day, all these classes are serviceable at 250. The most important thing is to play what you like, but we're gonna talk about strictly performance here, objectively, and it's not gonna be about like preference. So, but keep that in mind. Like preference outweighs everything at the end of the day. But yeah. Anyways, H Lucid on the picture. No, 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 no. Not like H Lucid tier. I'm talking like H Lomian tier. Aran. Aran got way stronger this patch, didn't it?
Yeah, the cooldown's a lot more aligned now. Like it's, I think actually is that just a 4 minute to 3 minute change? Like their adrenaline, like the skill that you press and you just sends you into adrenaline.
Yeah. This is a 3 minute class now. Just across the board.
Yeah.
And it's got double goddess. Well, actually, every class is double goddess now. That helps a lot.
Okay. So can now be okay. So Beyond Blade. So the things that changed. Oh yeah, this is changes to a 3 minute class, and Beyond Blade no longer have to be combo after final blow, so you can just cast that without final blow.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I think the entry limit to playing this class has got a lot lower. Now that there is even less button to manage,
Yep.
and 3 minute just plays into that comfortable, like general rotation that you have to think about. Like 3 minutes is like something natural that this game has, right? And the
Mm-hmm.
goddess also lines up with the 3 minute.
Yep.
Yes, that's a very good point. Double goddess is like probably the worst on 3 minute classes. Double goddess is mainly, good on 4 minute classes or above. Like
Yep.
2 minute class is also good, but 3 minute class benefits the least from the double goddess as far as right now.
Yeah. So the other thing about 250 boss mules is it requires a lot more training. Because as we know, funding the boss mule is super important. And
Yeah.
the training matters a lot, especially 250 because you're putting in a lot of hours. It's not like you could kind of just like cheese it and growth potion to 210 or 220. So
A little
there's
bit,
that.
little bit.
And also something that weighs less into this tier list is the nodes. Because at this point, pretty much every class can use like almost all their nodes. And you should have your nodes at this point. Whereas like the 220 tier list, it's like we valued classes that were really easy on nodes a lot because you didn't have that many node slots. So classes like Bowmaster were just like at the top because they didn't need like any nodes. But 250, like you have so many slots, you have high level nodes, like that doesn't really matter that much. And I think Aron is one of those classes that actually, I'm pretty sure Aron sucks at training, low key.
Aron's raids is not bad, but it's not one of those low maintenance and low effort mobbers. Like
Also, off totem
I see
too.
Aron gets good raids, but it's not one of those classes. It's not Corsair, you know. You're just sitting in one spot and you just get fat raids.
Yeah. Aron is good rate. So also the other thing about training nowadays, I just remembered, is everybody has Urda Fountain. So I don't think there's anybody that really like sucks at training anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think everything is like good enough at training, but I don't think Aron is like exceptional trainer. I think it's just like good enough.
I think to start off, I'm probably putting it in S. I'm not too sure about SS because when I
I
think
agree.
about SS, I really want something that's like exceptional. It's something that people can naturally look at and realize that okay, this makes sense. This is something that's commonly acknowledged as, you know, the
Yeah.
top tier of mobbers. And
Yeah.
if we're trying to do things like H Lomian, at that level of boss, you want some special tricks in your bag that can have some boss cheesing mechanics. But
Yeah.
I mean, like, you know, super stands, shit like that, and you know, the the wing archer emerald and those type of stuff, you know,
Yeah.
that helps you.
The other thing about
Mm.
this bracket in the game is since you're at 250 and you're like funded enough to do H Lomian, all the baby bosses don't matter. Like the performance in those bosses don't matter because you're just gonna one shot them and leave. Pretty much. Like all those bosses are super quick. So the performance in things like H Lomian, Lucid Slime, uh, is way more important.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think S tier to start off with is a fair ground.
Yeah, I agree. I was thinking S tier anyways. And we could always go back. So, anyways, moving on to Arc. Okay, so Arc
You don't
actually
play this,
like, yeah, I play Arc. Dude, this is actually like ass. It's like it got better with the 2 minute change. Like as a boss move, it got way better, but it's still weak as fuck. To be honest with you, like
yeah,
this
I
class is
think Arc.
weak, and the training is not easy either.
I'm sorry to break it to you guys. I think Arc's damage on today's age is just a bit on the lower end. It's not even like average or above average. I think it's just on the lower end at this point.
Yeah, no, it's definitely like bottom 10. Like straight up, it's bottom 10 damage. It's just how it is. And the thing is,
And
Arc's one of those classes where it's like it's high effort just to get no damage. Like you really gotta know what you're doing just to do no damage. Like you're trying so hard on this class to do no damage. It's crazy.
yep. And I mean, I know this for like kind of secondhand because I have a really strong arc in my Kalos party. Do 64k, and when the class got shaped down to 2 minute, when we do B8, that class sucked. Like I can just straight up tell that class sucked. Like the guy is a really good player. Like he got mad hands, but the class just sucks.
Yeah. And the thing about a 2 minute change is it actually makes slime way worse on this class.
Yeah.
Like way worse. Like the slime clear time, you're probably like a whole extra test now, or maybe even two. Um, so there's that. And then things like Lotus, like it does perform pretty good in Lotus. Like you do have super stance with your Spectre. You do have really good movement. Like Arc survivability and movement, its utility, its party buffs, are really good. Oh, and here's another thing. I don't know if we should mention this, but I guess it's something that I thought of. These characters, like, um, these characters can definitely contribute to like H Lucid H will parties. So if they're also in a party, do you want to consider like their performance in a Lucid will party, or does that not matter?
I I I don't want to because because if you're doing we're this is mainly for crystal money, right? Like
Okay,
I
yeah.
don't think that time investment into like a party hard lucid hell is worth your time.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. So forget about that. Because I was gonna
Yeah.
say like, yeah, Arc party support buffs are pretty good, but honestly, that doesn't really matter. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, honestly, I really don't recommend Arc. I don't know if it's either C or B, but I really don't recommend Arc Boss Mule. Like at this bracket. Like I think at like 220, it's fine, but at this point, like there's just so many better options. It's not really worth the funding
Yeah.
currently in Ignition patch. I'm just gonna keep it at the bottom for now, unless we find something
Yeah.
worse.
I mean that it's on the bottom. Like
Yeah,
that shit is on the bottom.
yeah. Battle Mage. This shit got nerfed this patch, didn't it?
Yes. I think I lost like 10, 15, 20% final damage or whatever. I don't even
Yeah, I
know.
heard it was like
It lost
20
big damage.
FD. Yeah, this shit got nerfed, but I don't think the cooldowns changed at all. It's still a 3 minute burst class. Um, but the
Oh, I
DPS
think it's
is
100 and 200, right?
oh, is it 100, 200?
Yeah,
Did they not
it's
change it to
100,
three
200,
minute?
which is something, which is, what
That's
KMS
like
said they're going to revamp this time around. So we might see changes in the future. But right now, it's just cooldown's kind of weird, and it's just kind of weird.
yeah. At least the training on this class is super good. It's like top tier training, but the
Mhm.
bossing on it is not that not that amazing to be honest. 100, 200, um, it's too long.
Yeah, and this class's burst is not a quick burst, right? Like, and I'm just
Yeah, it's
thinking
not.
when you're doing hard Damien, you really want something. You either have a quick burst or you can have some sort of way to do damage when he's in the air, which is a lot of times.
Yeah, exactly. Same with slime. Like you only have like a 15-second window to hurt him,
Yeah,
and this class's burst is what? It's like 30 seconds or something.
40.
40? Oh my god.
Yeah,
Okay, even worse.
the Union Aura is 40 seconds, right?
Yeah. And I'm thinking of like the background change skill, I forgot what it was called. That shit lasts for a long time.
Oh yeah, I think that skill might be 30 seconds.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. But that's crazy. M nerfs were 15% damage, 15 magic. That's a lot. That's crazy
That is a
uptime.
lot.
Yeah, but the thing about crazy uptime, uh, is like, is the boss just gonna be standing there the whole time? It's probably not. Like generally, like I really valued like a lot of damage within bind, or just like really quickly. Like Lara burst, for example, is really good because it's just like instant. Or like Paladin burst is really good, but Bam like it just takes too long.
Yeah,
Also,
or
telecasting doesn't even matter anymore in this class.
yeah, telecasting is different now. Like when I think it's like you put a debuff on a mob and it can last for like 15 hits or whatever. So you won't have to do it once in a while, once in like a long while or something.
Mhm.
Bro, I think this is like B or like I don't even know. Is this even better than R?
I don't know. The only reason I might think it's B is because the training is like really easy. Like you could hit 250 no problem on this thing.
That's true.
Yeah. Whereas Arc is like way more effort for a strength block.
Strength block? Oh, I see.
Yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't say it's A. I'd say it's definitely B then.
We can put it in B and see what we consider A and have moved them around if needed.
Yeah. Blaster. Yo, I heard that Blaster's actually so good now with the 4 minute to 2 minute change, and their burst is like automatic now. You don't even have to pop it; it just goes off.
You want to train this class with 250 though?
That yeah, true, but it is a crit damage block.
Wait, what?
Wait, ID block. I'm tripping. It is an ID block, which is
Mm.
pretty good. ID block is really good, but I mean that's whatever. Yeah, training Blaster 250 kind of sucks, but the bossing performance I'm pretty sure is top tier. But at the same time, this class is not a pick up and go class. This is a class you have to
Yeah.
learn. So, like really learn for it to be really good. Which I think holds it back because this bracket, like these are boss mules. They're not like
Yeah.
mains.
If it's something like second main, it's just the difference between a second main then versus like a normal boss mule is, that the tiering will be different for this class. Just that factor alone. The fact that this
Yeah.
is a boss mule tier list, like you're gonna be manufacturing these. Like each time we have 250 hybrid baron, you want to pick up something from this list. And I would not recommend you to pick up like Blaster from this list unless you want to really push it even farther, because you're already spending your time and effort and resource into building and learning this class. Why would you just leave it at 250, right?
Yeah. That's facts actually. Like Urda Fountain does help mitigate, but there's only so much it could do because again, like it's all relative. Like everybody has Urda Fountain, so it's um, like other classes will just be even better. So
Yeah.
yeah, Blaster. Like I really don't recommend Blaster. Like its bossing performance is so good, but I really don't recommend it. But I feel like it's still better than Arc low key.
Oh, it is.
I
I
put
want to
it
put it
right
in A
here.
just because it's better than both of the other two.
Yeah,
And
it's
like,
definitely a better performer. It's just really hard to get it going. Like it's hard to train it and it's hard to learn it. But once you get it down, like once you're 250 and you know how to play this class decently, like the performance is really good.
yeah. But why you put it in B though? If someone just drags to the end and look at this pure tier list, they're gonna shit on you, like for sure.
I mean,
Just I'll let you think about that.
the thing is like that is true. Like people so I guess yeah, people just look at the tier list and they don't hear what I say. They just look at it and that's it and don't because if people actually watch the video and hear what I say and we say what we say, they'll like understand more. But
Yeah.
people at the end of the day will just look at this and just be like, okay, that one, and that's it. Um,
I guess that does serve a purpose, because for those type of people, we really just want them to like walk away with a pick from S or SS tier, right?
yeah,
If they just want to look at it that way, and if we put blasting S and S as a tier, they pick it and then they walk away. They're like, this just sucks. This is too hard. I don't want to learn this. Fuck this.
mhm,
Like probably like 230 levels into it, it's like they're gonna hate us even more. So I guess they put anything A or below, in my opinion.
I'm okay with keeping it in B for now. B for Blaster.
Okay.
2 hours long. No one's gonna watch. There'll be timestamps, so if anybody's interested in any class, they could just click that.
Yeah.
Um, yo, Cadena. This is like the best class in the game, straight up.
Yeah.
Like the performance is like unrivaled.
It is
But
honorable.
there is a learning curve for the class though. The training is really good though. With Maelstrom, it's 100% uptime.
Mm-hmm.
Shower is really good, 100% uptime. So
Kadena got no.
no,
I was got giga buffed. What do you
Cadena
mean?
got giga buffed. Yeah, Cadena got giga buffed. So I guess we should explain. So before Cadena was really the difficult part of the Cadena was it's a last resort class and it has like no iframe besides its bind. Um, and you would have to and there's a lot of movement so you could miss position really easily and you could die a lot, but now every single time you combo you get dark sight and you get a shield, so you kind of like don't die on this anymore. Your copium training is still high effort training. mm, it's definitely still high effort because you have to keep up your final damage regardless, but it's definitely way less effort than it was before. I mean
I think
this is like Blaster but not as harsh.
I think Kadena is not that bad for training. I really don't think it's that bad.
Yeah, I don't think it's that bad either. Um, I mean, I think it's very similar to Blaster in the sense of like it's difficult to play. Um, but once you get the ball rolling, like the performance is insane.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just crazy performance, and I think it's just because when I say it's not as harsh as I don't think it's as difficult to train as Blaster, and I think the performance is better than Blaster, so it's like more worth learning this.
Oh yeah, I definitely think there's more work to learn.
Yeah, I mean I think this is an S tier class for sure.
Yep,
Yeah, I don't think it's
I
double
think
S
so too.
though. Yeah, like
Okay, I'm starting to get ideas of what we're gonna put in SS. Those like brain dead you pick up and then it just performs like crazy
I mean
good.
like Hero, Demon Slayer,
Yeah, shit
um,
like
yeah, like those classes are just like for sure top.
yeah.
Evan, um, it's funny because I actually had a 250 Evan boss meal.
Okay, fuck this class.
Yeah, this is not good, bro. Like this is really not. I don't recommend it. The training is very very good. It's semi. I'd say it's semi high effort training. A lot of people say Evan's training is like so hard. It's like the worst thing in the world. Honestly, like when you're fifth job and you've been playing it and you got used to it, like even past like to 220 or something, like it's really not that bad. It's just like cycling the same skills over and over again. So Evan's training is like super super easy. Evan's burst is actually pretty strong, but the issue with Evan and that they still haven't fixed is all of their attacks can miss. Like it's too like nothing locks on. It's too like dependent on the boss just standing still. And when you're in this bracket where like um you're doing Lotus and Lotus, bro, how many like I remember every single time you charge Elemental Radiance, Lotus does purples, you're fucked. Damien, uh he just teleports across the map. Elemental Radiance misses. Um, Lucid P2 flying everywhere. Elemental Radiance misses. Like now, granted, you do have bind every single time, but there's still a charge time to Elemental Radiance, and and even after bind, like even without bind, like all of your things are still directional. Like your your fourth V, you have to place it down the little like Mana Burst turret. Like if the boss just gets out of the way, you just completely miss that whole thing. And Elemental Radiance is not it's longer than bind. So like you're never gonna get the whole thing off because the bind isn't long enough. I actually don't recommend Evan to be honest. But I still think it's better than Arc though. Ugh, because the reason I think it's better than Arc is because, and I know at the start of this I said the baby bosses don't matter, but this class is a baby boss killer, bro. Their V skill, the Dragon Dive, 20-second cooldown. It does so much damage, and their fourth V only has a 10-second cooldown. Like those two skills just destroy every single baby boss instantly. So like it's actually just a baby boss killer. Um,
Mhm.
but also your Worm King is only a 1 minute cooldown and it's pretty good damage. Um, it's kind of like Adele's Ruin, but a little bit better. But that's why I think it's better than Arc. But I still really don't recommend Evans 250. Like I still really don't recommend it. So I don't know if I would put it in C or B. It's like in between. Hmm.
This is for a class. I just don't like Fourier classes. I don't like that skill.
Freud's class?
Yeah.
That's true. It is a Freud's class. And Freud's is really annoying, to be honest. It is really annoying. Yeah, I'm just
Yeah,
gonna keep
you
it in
took the
C.
call on
That's
this one. I've
fine.
never, I've
I'm just gonna
actually
keep it
never
in
played that.
C. Dude, dude, I'm literally the Evan guy, bro. Straight up.
Okay.
Like when you think of my name, the first thing you think of is Evan. Like obviously. Anyways, this one's all you.
I mean, right off the bat, I don't recommend this class. Don't play this class if you want to play boss build. This is like a main class only type of class, and even at that
Ilium.
point, don't do it.
Ilium.
Yeah. Okay. I'll say this for right now. Like 250 boss build, you're running 15 bosses at a time. Class, okay. It got a lot of buffs this patch. Like they shortened Crystal Ignition, like the key down burst go. They made the ball like you repositioning of the ball way faster than before. But There's a but. The class takes a very long time to set up. It's one of those classes that you need to set a lot of things up, and it's just contradictory to the concept of like running 15 bosses in like half an hour. And that's literally the most annoying thing about this class. Every time you go into a new boss, you have to set up everything all over again, and you might go into a class with go into a boss without like the Winds of Glory charge, and then you just have to restack it up. It's just annoying. Like don't do this if you want to make a boss meal.
Mm-hmm.
It might be fine performance if you just do a long single drawn boss fight, then it's just like any other class. But if you're running bosses back to back, don't do it. And one redeeming factor is that the training is really really good and it's really brain dead. Like the 90% of map that you can train at in this game, Alien can just do it by standing in one spot.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the overall damage is on the lower side. Like it's on the lower end in terms of like actual damage output, and to achieve your maximal damage, there's too much setup.
I see.
And when you're not in Winds of Glory, you don't do damage for shit. It's like Arc in the floor form and in the base form, you just don't do damage. Like there's no damage.
Yeah.
So this is like either in B or C. Like I just put it in B just because it's easy to train.
Okay. Okay. Damn. Okay. Yeah, I trust Phil on his Ilium. He has an Ilium boss meal. He's the only one weird enough to make one.
Bro,
Anyways. Oh yeah.
I got
Okay.
baited into it because the training was too easy.
Yeah. There you go. Let it be known. Like, good training is important, but you shouldn't let that bait you into it because, yeah, training is important, but at the end of the day, like long term, the training is only one. Like, that's the shortest part of it because once you train it, that's it. You're done. Then the rest of your time with the class is just bossing. So you're never gonna get that positive ever again because all you're doing is bossing. Um. Okay, Kaiser. Yo, I feel like this is just such a middle ground class. This class is
It
just
is a
so
very
mid.
fun class.
Like it's just like all right at everything.
Because when you think about like 250, like
Wait,
with
actually, never mind. This class has no burst.
yeah, you still at 250 if you want to do Lomian, you still want to pump some resources into it to be able to like do those two bosses.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, the actual damage output of a class actually matters a lot, right? If it's just a sucky class, like you'll be having like Shadows doing H loaders at like 19k stat, and then some other classes on with a lower raw damage output classes, you might need like 30k stat.
Yeah.
That's just an example. Like you don't want to. It just feels bad at this point. It takes actual funding to do it H Lomian, and the classes naturally with like lower end on the damage output, it's just gonna feel bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I completely agree. And this class has no burst, and it's the same thing with classes like with classes like not classes with bosses like Damien or Slime, Slime where you only have a small window to hit it. Damien where it's moving around so much you can't hit it that much, where you got to really make sure you do as much possible during bind when you can actually hit him. I don't know, Kaiser just doesn't. It's not as good as everything else, but I don't think it's bad. Like I think DPS is really important, and the DPS is solid, and the training is solid too.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like it's just like middle, like it's an A.
I think, yeah, I can go with it. I think that's fine. But like, other than the damage part, the class, what this class has to offer in terms of like getting around in boss fights and the actual class mechanic, the teleport, dash, the iframe,
Mm-hmm.
and all those stuff is really good. It's just that the actual damage itself is just shit.
Yeah, yeah, it is. Oh, I just thought of another thing. What do you think of End Gloom?
Normal Gloom.
Mm-hmm.
At 250, you're gonna be doing 75% damage to that shit, dude. That boss is 255.
Oh shit, I forgot. Never mind. Forget Gloom.
Yeah.
Mech. I actually don't know too much about Mech. It has really good burst and short cooldown burst, right? Like short
Yeah, this
cooldown.
class is
minions.
actually. I actually believe this class is actually built to be a boss meal because
Really?
battery assault like the 25. I think battery cell is like 25-second cooldown, right? That skill at this level funding, you can literally one shot any boss with below and low man just with battery cell. Yeah, SSB destroys baby boss. Yes, it literally does.
Yeah.
And it hit that thing hits Damien in the air as well. The
Yeah, it
burst is
does.
like
I've seen that.
the bind burst is really good. Like the bind burst is really really good. And Portal can just get you out of situation in bosses like really easily in like H Lotus and H Damien.
They kind of have like a super jump too, right? Like a buck
Yeah,
super jump type ability.
yeah,
Yeah.
they do, they do.
And the training on this is
Airborne's
like
really
super
good.
good.
Yeah,
Damn.
I think this is definitely one on the higher end. Also, the character card is really really good. I
Oh
know a
yeah,
lot of people
buff
are going,
duration. Yeah.
yeah, not a lot of people are making this just for the character card and the fact that the class is also really really strong as a boss meal. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, and the training is like piss easy on this class. Actually, piss easy on this class.
Mhm.
In this patch it basically just made all of the summons like 100% uptime. Before there's like downtime in your taser wipe skills and whatever. Right now it's just literally 100% uptime. With Earth Fountain also being a thing, the training is also a breathe.
Mhm. You think it's double S tier?
Uh,
Like what are there any cons of mech?
I don't think so. I really recommend Mac.
Okay. Yeah, because I can't think of anything either. Because every mech that I know, like I've seen their performance in bosses, like it is really, really good. Yeah, maybe we just put in double S. I don't see anything wrong with that.
Yeah. Even without the character card, I already put it in S. SS is just good. Just it has the character card buff. Okay, just
Yeah,
put it
that's
out there.
true. I mean, Merc. Okay, so Merc. Moving
Also,
on to
another
Merc.
character card buff
This
class.
is another character card buff because so many people are playing Merc for the cooldown reduction. But yo, I think Merc is got kind of ass though. To be honest, like this suffers from like arc syndrome, where it's like
Bro, I
it's
was watching
burst, but the DPS sucks and it's so much effort.
I was watching Jeff play it like literally without our college wrath. The damage is like non-existent.
No, straight up, like I remember Joseph Koei, like he can't break shield on BM, and obviously we're not talking about Black Mage, but like that just goes to show like the DPS is so off on this thing. Like it's so off, and it's so high effort too. That's the thing. Like you always have to be comboing 24/7 just to do no damage. Same with Arc. Um, but like, and it's so burst. It's so burst. Like straight up, like off burst, like you're just waiting. It's comparable to NL off burst. Yeah, yeah, like legit. Um,
But the difference is that this burst is like it's all in bind. After your bind is over, you have no burst left because it's all in our college wrath. At least
yeah,
spreads like 50 seconds long.
yeah, yeah. That's true actually. Uh, the thing is, the character card is really OP on this thing though. Like it's
Yeah,
like
it is.
best character card.
But
So,
okay,
but I
is the
really don't
training still
recommend Merc
ass?
though. What changed? Isn't it still the same?
I don't know. Like apparently the hitbox on the tornado skill got bigger or whatever, and it can triple plat now or whatever.
I
I don't even
see. Okay, I see. I mean, if the training got buffed, then that makes it better. But I still think, regardless, that's not even the issue with the training. I'm pretty sure the issue with the training is you have to be comboing your skills all the time and moving around.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't make. I feel like it doesn't make the inputs any easier. It's the same exact inputs. It's just the hitboxes are bigger.
Freud class L. True.
Yeah, it is another Freud's idiot. You
I'll
don't
put
need
it
to
in
combo
A.
as
Like
much. Yeah,
without
yeah,
a
I was
character.
thinking B.
Oh, okay, okay. Without a character card, it's definitely just dead set in B.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll give it some credit for the character card.
Actually, you're right. It might be A. And going back to like
Yeah,
people just
because
looking at this at a glance, like a lot of people are
yeah,
gonna make Merc, like 100
yeah,
regardless. So
yeah.
yeah, okay, that's fine.
And even if
Might
you're
as
like,
well call it character card. They used to be character cards back in the day. That's why.
what are they called right now? Legion effect.
It's just like the Legion block effect. Yeah. But
Okay.
they used to be character cards. That's what they were like before Legion was a thing. We used to have
True.
character cards for each character.
True,
That's
true,
why.
true.
Yo, Pathfinder, do I even have to say anything?
Uh, no cap. This class is actually. I think if anything, this is what this class is good at this point.
What? Nothing.
I mean, it got a lot better, like a lot better with the burst. Unit tornado is 10 seconds now, right?
Yeah, yeah, they condensed it, I know.
And
Um,
you know how literally how free this class is, how free this class is to train, and
yeah,
how
yeah.
easy to
PF
pick
is
up this class
very,
is.
very easy to train. Their fourth V with the turrets, um,
Yeah,
their torrent, and their deluge and torrent macro, literally just hits the whole map, like the little dots that come out of it, and the hitbox is huge, just like a triple plat hitbox. Um,
yeah. Literally anyone can just pick up this class. Be be like really good, be really comfortable at training and really comfortable enough in bossing, like
yeah,
straight up.
yeah. The torrent is a TP now as well.
Oh yeah, the entire
Distance of
way of
it,
the
yeah.
torrent is the TP now. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, and also this class has super stance with its triple impact on
Hmm.
Lotus platform, so you really can't get pushed on this. Um, and you're right, it is very, very simple to play. Like very, very simple. You hold down one button, you press your triple impact, and your I forgot what that squiggly skill is called again. You just press those skills off cooldown. Um,
Yeah.
the burst is 90 seconds too, and it's pretty fast. Nova
No, no,
pretty fast.
120.
Oh, 30. Yeah, yeah, yeah. 3 minutes, I mean.
2 minutes.
Um, wait, what? It's 2 minutes? Oh, it is 2 minutes. This is Archer.
Yeah,
What am I
PF
talking about? Yeah, yeah. Syncs up
yeah,
with Vicious Shot
yeah,
too.
three is right. That as a man, this class is just too like a little low on the damage side, but as a boss male, this is literally what this class is good at this point.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about it in like Lucid or Slime. I feel like Lucid moves around too much.
I'll say this is an A. No, I don't want to put in a S because
No, it's definitely
mm,
not S. I don't think it's S tier. I really don't think it's S tier because the S tier classes just do more damage. I'm pretty sure.
yeah, they do. I like to put it in A just because if you were to tell me to pick between PF and America, I'll do PF, literally.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. Phantom. Yo, I actually think this class is not that bad anymore. Like straight up. I think Phantom has a lot of like uh small burst hits. Like a
Oh
lot
yeah,
of
yeah,
like
yeah.
baby boss killer skills where it's just like a one shot.
DB vibe, right? It's a
Yeah, yeah,
DB vibe.
DB vibe. Yeah, that's the way I'm thinking of it. It also is Meso. Meso character card, which is
Yeah,
like the most important to be honest.
yeah.
Yeah. And it does have a very strong burst. Like Joker 3 minute is strong. It's not like nothing. And it's short, so it lands the whole thing in bind. I don't know if this is really an issue with Phantom, but Phantom, you really gotta like have crazy high DPS uptime on this class. Like I feel like
Yeah,
it's not one of those classes where you can just pick it up and know what you're doing. Like there's a lot of
for
like
sure.
nuances that add to your damage.
And cooldown management on class is by far the most important thing on the class. And I don't know how many people would like to do that on 250 boss mail. Like just truly understand how the cooldown management works on this class, which is like you know a new Phantom versus like a really experienced Phantom like Phantom main. The damage that you're doing in the boss clear time is 9 days difference.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I completely agree. It's so important to know. I think the performance is really good though. I'm thinking like A tier.
Yeah, it's A tier. I'll
Yeah.
definitely pick this over anything that we have put in B tier, like for sure.
Yeah. IA considered at all for any of these classes. Oh, I was just assuming first line inner. Like you just have
Yeah, just
that.
a first liner.
Yeah. Because if you're full 17, maybe like two line, like pretty much done with nodes, like you should have your inner ability as well. First line.
Shade.
Uh Yo, so this class got like nerfed this patch, but I'm pretty sure it's still pretty good,
Yeah,
regardless
it
of
is.
the nerf.
I mean, it only got nerfed because they basically fucked up. They really didn't understand why this class was so shit, so they just kept on adding numbers to this class till people started playing it straight up just because this class was like busted because they added number too much. So they just basically tuned it down a little.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure it's still good. And didn't
It is good.
the burst cooldown is more often now? The
Yeah,
Tempest, the spin.
yeah.
Yeah. And that's really important because uh you want to try and get damage as much as you can and as many windows as you can. We're talking about Shade right now.
And
Also,
then character
crit
card.
damage. Yeah, crit
Yeah,
damage. A lot of people are burning this just for the crit damage. So I think this is like at least S tier, to be
yeah.
honest.
That's what I was gonna say. I play this over anything A tier.
The survivability on this class is also insane. Like you just can't die. Straight up.
Yeah.
Cannot die in that class.
Also, you guys should try this. This is also one of the classes just feels good to play. Like the backstab, the fox crawl, and the movement on this class and shit like that.
Yeah, the
It just
backstep
feels
is very, very smooth. The backstep also like snaps to like platforms.
yeah.
Um Wild Hunter. Yo, I actually like don't like this class at all, to be honest with you.
Not a fan either. I think I also I think I just think this class sucks in Damien. Like, what is it gonna do if Damien goes in the air? Like straight up.
Nothing, bro. Literally nothing. Just doesn't do anything. Damon's in the air,
What
you're done.
what did they add this patch? They give class this class an actual iframe this class, right? Then this patch, right? That's the only big change that they got.
I actually don't even know. But I did they change their cooldowns at all? Because I remember they were 2 minute
I mean,
burst.
it's a 2 minute burst. It's still a 2 minute burst. They just made the its bind. It was 210-second cooldown bind. They just made that 2 minute as well. So it
Okay.
lines up with all your burst.
Okay, okay, that works then.
Oh, and they made your summons last longer, so you don't have to recast it as often.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Jackson's also 2 minutes now. Okay. So they just made everything 2 minutes, which isn't a bad thing, to be honest with you. Isn't Wild Hunter training like ass? Or have they made it better?
it's not impressive in my if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm. I know their grenades are really good though. It is a hurricane class as well, which is nice. Like hurricane makes things your life so much easier. Drill summon has 100% uptime now. Oh, that's good actually. 4 summons with shower. Okay, summon class. This is why we do it with the chat. Hmm.
A
I
or
still,
B.
y-
I mean,
I think it's better than the C tier. I was gonna say B.
yeah,
Yeah. The Legion card on this is really good too, though.
yeah. Legion Effect is good. Just
Um,
really cringe to play Jack.
True. Yo, Wind Archer is like top tier. I'm pretty
Bro,
sure.
this shit's going to SS. I'm letting you know right now. This shit's
Yeah,
going to
like this
SS.
shit is really good, especially after Ignition. Like they made this class like giga good.
I just played it this morning. I tried it on my friend's 250 mule. Literally a exact level 250 Wind Archer mule is really good. Like the performance, I have nothing bad to say. Like it has the wind idle thing. The I think the cooldown's like less than 10 seconds or whatever. That thing is really good.
Yeah,
The Force V, the ball is like 35-second
the
cooldown. And also
suck.
like yeah, the suck ball,
Yeah,
really good. And every 60 second, you can summon two giant tornadoes at the same time, which is fucking busted. Also, needless to say, fucking
Emerald.
exactly talking about Hard Loden and Hard Damien, Emerald destroys both of those bosses. Like literally destroys both of those bosses.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Um, The only thing, because I'm like well aware of how good this bossing is. The only thing is I'm not too sure how the mobbing is on this class now after ignition. Because I remember pre-ignition it wasn't that good.
I was looking at Yudu training. Yeah, Yudu burn a
Wind
I
Archer.
was watching him training in Salas. It's good. Training is good because the small tornado you can cast one every 20 seconds and it just goes around the map. It just covers half the map, and then the ball you cast every like 20 seconds, every 30 seconds, and then
The suck skill just destroys like the whole map. I know that.
yeah,
Yeah.
and the
Okay.
flanker. You remember Flanker skill like the
The
Cygnus
cape.
Snipe?
Oh, the chickens.
Yeah, the chickens that walks
Yeah,
around
yeah,
that
yeah.
covers half the map as well, and then your uh idling wind or whatever, the small arrows going shitting out of you is also
Trifling
like,
win. Yeah.
yeah, traveling wind.
Yeah, and they also moved the cape from third to fourth chop, right? So they upped the damage on it because it's a fourth chop skill.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
that's good. Yeah,
Yeah, you
that's
have
good.
summons for half the map also with the Shower. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right, that's good. Um, Zero. Yo, I actually think Zero's like giga shit.
Yeah, I think apparently it's not a bug that the infinite the up teleport doesn't work anymore. Apparently that's the behavior that KMS had all along. We just didn't have the internal cooldown that skill. It was like a GMS special that we didn't have that. Now it's just
That's
the same as the
funny.
KMS behavior. So it's just shit.
That is funny, bro. At least the training on this class is good, but that's it. That's literally it. It's so weak. Like this class is
Yeah.
like giga weak. I think it goes to C.
Yeah.
Like I don't think the training makes up for it. Adele. Yo, I think Adele is double S tier straight up, honestly.
Yeah, I
Uh
cannot argue with that.
yeah, like I don't even know if I have to say anything. The damage is so good. This patch it went up even more. Uh
Balakazan.
SS, yeah. Um the thing about Adele is it suffers a little bit from blaster syndrome because you have to learn how to play this class to really do much. But they mitigated that a lot this patch because you don't lose swords using storm anymore. Whereas before, like you really had to before if you were gonna pop storm, you better make sure you had like four swords in the back ready to shit them all out at once because you're about to lose all your swords. But you don't have to do that anymore. And that actually adds so much damage. The removing the time it takes for all the swords to come out after you storm actually
Hmm.
adds so much time because your swords are like that's like 5 seconds of sword uptime that you just have now, like that you didn't have before. Um, now
Also,
keep
buff freezer actually works for this class now. How crazy is that?
I know, right? It's actually insane. Before you die with infinity, that's it. It's over. But yeah, a lot of people say the training on this is like clunky. I actually don't think it's clunky at all, and I think people are just dumb as fuck and don't know how to train on Adele. But yo, this class is actually so good. The fact that Shardbreaker is 2000% damage now, talk about a baby boss destroyer, bro. Like actually just one shot. Ruin being a 1 minute cooldown, still super super strong. You still have your very very big burst with Infinity and Legacy Restoration. Um, Class has a really short cooldown iframe just in case. Shield with True Nobility is not bad either. You have your Gather Bloom, which does a lot of damage as well. Um, and very very short cooldown. You could actually gather. If you don't have a cooldown hat, I think you could gather 2 times within one bloom cooldown, and the gather itself actually does a lot of damage, just pulling all the swords to you. Something that's also slept on is the amount of damage that Resonance Rush does. Just keeping up your stack, doing that actually does a lot of damage. The percent on the skills, the skill on Rush is actually really high. Um, Backstep, of course, is really good. Uh, the what's the squigglies called? The toggle is also really strong, of course.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, there's really just nothing bad about Adele to be honest
Also,
at this
flow,
tier.
flow, flow is just float is OP against
Yeah,
Damien.
the
Like,
float's a super stance too. You can hit this class you can hit Damien in the air the whole time.
yeah.
Yeah, there's really nothing bad about Adele at this tier to be honest.
Hmm.
So double S tier for sure.
Yeah.
FP and IL.
Dude,
Uh,
I don't think there's argument for this one, dude.
I mean, I think these are, well, at least FP. I think IL you could argue a little bit. I think FP is another double S tier for sure, like no doubt.
Easiest
Um,
training, easiest bossing, GG.
yeah, like the training is so brain dead. Um, and the damage on FP is so insane. It's so stupid how strong this class is on the short cooldowns. Like it's probably the strongest out of all of these here. Um,
Yeah.
so there's that. Um, only thing that's a little bit annoying on FP, um, is you'd have to make another Legion page for buff duration, but that's like whatever. Like you would need Legion with this class. Same with the other mages. Like you need Legion. Like if you're new and you're thinking like, oh my god, FP, like I'm gonna play it and I have like 2K Legion, like this just not gonna be that good. Like it's gonna be good, but it's not gonna be like amazing. Like it really pops off when you have Legion. You need the buff duration, you need the IED, crit damage, whatnot. Um, inner ability, you want attack speed and buff, but if you just roll 50% buff alone, like
Yeah.
that's more than good enough.
I think what Sposaki told me is that for this class, in actuality, buff duration is actually more damage. It's just that a little bit more damage, but attack speed feels a lot better to play with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and 50% buff is way easier than hitting, one attack speed 38. So,
Uh,
yeah, don't really have anything bad to say about this. IL. So, the only thing about IL, like, I want to say it's double S, but the only thing that, like, is my reservations on IL is, it's pretty annoying. I don't know if it's just me, because I've played this class quite a bit in this bracket, 250 bossing H Lomi and whatnot. Uh, I actually find it really annoying to prepare your burst on this class. I think there's a lot of skills. Like there's a lot of things you need to use. Use Jupiter Thunder, Bolt Barrage. You need to hold down Lightning Orb. Make sure all your summons are out. Ice Age. Make sure your timing infinity correct. I think holding down Lightning Orb, the fact that it holds you in place for 5 seconds is really annoying. Um, but the damage is really really good. Uh, Slowing the bosses is actually like very slept on. Slowing Lotus is like so OP. Like Lotus just can't move. It's only 3 seconds. Oh, okay.
yeah, that's right. Timing Infinity and Lightning Orb and Bow Barrage afterwards. Yeah. That thing is a little annoying because
Yeah, the timings
it's
are
one
pretty
thing being
annoying.
Infinity class and the other thing is being Infinity Burst class.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. This is an Infinity Burst class, and there's just a lot of different cooldowns. It's like Ice Age. Ice Age is what, 60 seconds or 40? I forgot. And then Bolt Barrage is like 2 minute. No, Bolt Barrage is 1 minute. And then Lightning Orb is also a minute. But Jupiter Thunder has some like weird ass cooldown. Like it's like a really long cooldown. No, but the good thing about Jupiter Thunder is it refunds. So that's like a Boss Mule Slayer skill, or not Boss Mule, a Baby Boss Slayer, because you could just send in Jupiter Thunder, it destroys it, and then you get the cooldown refunded. I say 60,
Also
Bolt
very
40.
super.
Okay, yeah, yeah. The
Also
cooldowns are a
super
little
free.
odd. Hmm.
Also really free training.
Oh yeah, yeah. Of course, the IL training is like super super good. It's like just as good as FP. So I don't know. Like I feel like it's double S tier.
Yeah, I'll say it's double S.
Yeah, that's fine. But just
I think you
just
have more
think about all those
critical,
things.
more things critical to say about this class just because you played this class a lot more than FP, but FP is not that much easier to play either.
Okay. Yeah.
To do optimal damage, that is.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I have more experience on IL.
Yeah.
BT,
I fuck that dude.
I'm pretty sure like nobody should make this as a 250 boss meal. I'm sorry, BT's like very
Just
cute
don't
and
do it.
helpful class. Very, very helpful for Legion. But um yeah, I do not recommend BT. The mobbing is really good though. Like very, very good, but I'm pretty sure the bossing is like giga shit.
Yeah, yeah, move on. Fuck that.
Bishop. I feel like Bishop's a little bit of a weird one. Um,
Bro, if you want to make a boss move, if you're already making mage and making a boss move, just play the other two. please.
Yeah, like if you're trying to do like performance and boss mule, like Bishop just the other two are better. But the other issue about Bishop is this class is like really good if you're strong. Like a lot of things scale with int.
I
And
was
if you're
looking
not
at
that strong, like it's not that strong.
my friends like due to 64K. I was looking at his bishop. Class actually lost 10% damage. It's kind of annoying. Like I didn't know that their like Nilo's mark, like Assassin's mark, like skill, those wings or whatever, those arrows, like holy arrows or whatever, was that
Mm-hmm.
big part of their BA, and that thing got halved.
Yeah. Yeah. No, Bishop like it really doesn't do that much. You have like pretty nice short cooldowns with Peacemaker and their fourth V, the hold down skill. Um, like those are really nice, but in terms of performance, like in let's say Damien for example, I'm pretty sure you can't hit him when he's in P1 in the air. P2 I think you can. I think the hitbox is low enough. Um, this class also doesn't have iframe.
Yep, I think everyone agreed it's a.
Yeah, I was gonna say A regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah, their solo
Yeah,
got better
solo
with two
did get
minute
better
Benny.
because of
That's
2 minute.
true, but
But
I
still,
don't think it's
in
enough.
solo boxing, that really doesn't like if we're doing Harlomia, I don't think that's too big of a deal. Like 2 minute, 3 minute.
Bishop has Shell and E form. Shell's only 5% damage reduction. It does negate some things like purple and door. That's true. It does have door, but door's still a 10-minute internal cooldown. You're only using that shit like 3 times a week.
Yo,
Um,
just get a door from a friend before you go into bosses. No cap.
true. Actually, true. Every boss meal has door. True.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think it's A. I think it's A. Like
I
it's
do think
still
it's
better
A
than
as
anything.
well.
If I were forced to not, not allowed to play FP or IL, I still have to play mage. I definitely pick it before anything in those B C tier, like for sure.
Yeah. Okay, so Blaze Wizard. Um, so the thing about Blaze Wizard, I've actually played this class somewhat recently, and
Mhm.
yo, the class's kit is actually really, really
Yeah,
good. It's a
the kid's
really, really well designed class. It just needs
the
more
kid is pretty
numbers.
good. Yeah.
Yeah. Like it has a very strong short cooldown burst with the I forgot what the skill is called, but it's like when you use your lion and you get enough stacks, it just like spits
Uh-huh.
out a bunch of fire in front of you. Like that skill is really good. The iframe on this class is actually insane too. It's like a really, really good iframe.
Yeah.
Um, the burst is so good because it's modular. Like you could either get like a super fat burst in, and you could hit
Mhm.
the boss mid-air, with the wheel, or you
Yeah.
could just like hold it down for like 2 seconds and just blow up something small. Like
Yeah.
it's a modular burst, which is very unique. The flame circle being 60% damage, that's a lot. That's like 10 FD straight up. And
Yeah, and even that skill is even better at 250 when you're not, really end game. Like 60% at mid game is way more damage than
yeah,
60% at like the ultra end game.
yeah, no, I agree. The training of this class is brain dead as fuck too. It's super good. Um, and it doesn't need any attack speed either. The orbitals are just straight up.
I I truly think that Nexon really did this class justice when it comes to V skills, but it just first to fourth job, whatever is going on in that kid, just ass.
Yeah, it is ass. I agree. I feel like it's still in the A tier though. I think it's
I
better than the
would
B
I
tiers.
would gladly pick this class over anything that we've put in B and C
Yeah,
for
I
sure,
agree. I
and even
agree.
like half the class in A. Like I'll play this before Kaiser, Phantom, and Merc.
Let me move these around actually.
Sure. Also, I'm looking at your stream. Oh, no, okay.
No,
I should
I've
look at.
been share screening the whole time.
Yeah, I'm retarded.
Ugh, that's funny. Yo, Bowmaster's like so good.
Yeah.
Bowmaster's like crazy. Like like the only thing that's like the only thought that's wrong with the only thought that I have that might be wrong with Bowmaster is it really just doesn't benefit that much from being 250 versus 230 or 220. Like it's just the same thing. like,
Yeah.
like it's already so good at 220. It being 250 doesn't really change anything. It's just stronger. But the kit that is the exact same. Whereas something like FP at 250 has so much of its class unlocked at 250 versus 220.
Yeah. Okay.
I still think
Here,
Bowmaster is probably double S tier, to be honest. Like it's just so good.
something I want to say before we think Zosh, Sunshine, and Rainbow is that the sheer damage output in this class is not as high as the other classes in SS tier, and I think if you were
Actually,
to make
you're
something,
right. I need to
if you,
pause on that. You're right. The reason I think it's so good is because at 220, with all the other classes being limited, this one shines because it's not as limited. When the other classes unlock their potential, like this one's just like, all right.
guys, I'll let you guys know something. I think if you were to make something at 250, if you want anytime you think you want to make a Bowmaster at like 250, do a Wind Archer. I'm not joking.
Yeah.
I think for what they're trying to do at 250, like Harlovian, I think like Wind Archer is a better version of Bowmaster. And Bowmaster, there's very little you can do when Damien goes into the air, and Bowmaster's burst is like 40 seconds. It's not the best.
That's
against
true,
Damien.
actually. That is very true. When Damien's in the air, it was really annoying, especially in P1 on Bowmaster. I do think Wind Archer at the high end is better because you do at least have the
Yeah.
Emerald. Bowmaster does not have that.
Yeah.
I
And
still think
also,
Bowmaster is still better than everything in A though, for sure.
yeah, it is S tier. It is for sure S tier. Like that's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. Training's very easy on this thing too. Also, Bowmaster is just one of those classes where so easy. Like anybody could pick this up and perform. All the V skills are just buffs. You just press them all at the same time.
Emerald Crystal does nothing after Lomian. Dude, that shit works on Black Mage if you didn't know.
We're not I guess to recap, since there's a lot more people here. This is a 250 bossing bracket, and we're heavily focusing on Easy Lucid, Slime, and H Lomian bossing potential, because all the bosses before that you just kind of one shot them and leave. We're not really talking about Gloom or anything higher, because at 250 you have a lot of damage reduction on those bosses. So is AB not on the list? Bro,
Yeah,
I
you missed it.
swear to
You did.
God, no, I swear to God, I put AB in the screenshot. I swear to God, I picked it, but I think my file for AB might be a different format that's not recognized on this website. I swear to God, I clicked AB though.
GG.
So I think that's why I keep missing AB, because the format is just not compatible with this website. Same with Shadower. I think the image just doesn't work. Straight up. Zoom, thank you so much, bro. That's actually so annoying. It's okay. We'll add them in a bit, but that's crazy. That is actually insane. Like
Yeah.
even when I Athletic, thank you. Even when I added the images, and then the website said 49 images. Like it recognized 49 images, but when it compiled them to this, nothing. It didn't show. That's dumb, bro. Whatever. We'll add them in after.
A little bit.
Buck.
The Pirates.
Yeah, actually all three of them. All three of them. Yo, Buck is so good.
It is.
Actually, all three of them are really good, to be honest.
Yeah, I was just
All
about to
three
say.
of them are so good. Like you
Yeah.
can't go wrong with any of the pirates. They're all so good. Buck, honestly, like there's really nothing wrong with it. I can't think of
Yeah.
anything that's wrong with this class. I think it's just double S tier. Straight up.
Wait. Hold on. Hold on.
Oh, wait, what's wrong with it?
I think classes in SS though do a lot more damage than Buck.
You think
Don't you
so?
think
I'm pretty
so?
sure Buck is really strong though. Like Buck
Oh, they
does a
must
lot
have
of
had the defense
damage.
form change this patch. Holy shit.
I was gonna bring that up
Oh
in a
yeah,
bit.
yeah. Go ahead.
I was gonna
I
bring
think
that up in a
Borderline is
bit.
an SS tier. Yeah, people are right. I think Borderline is an SS tier. I'm okay with putting it SS because it was like my old main.
This guy, bruh.
Yeah.
I do understand. Yeah, the other classes do a lot more damage. I agree, but Buck's damage isn't low at all. Like Howling Fist still does so much damage, and Buck's DPS is better than some of the other classes on there. Like it's better than IL for sure. So there's that. And then
Mhm.
also this class can't die anymore uh the defensive mode. It literally cannot die. Like 75% uptime, 30% reduction. Like you literally cannot die in Book. Like it's impossible. Um, so there's that.
Yeah.
Also, the movement's just unrivaled. Like it's like giga movement.
Yeah. I mean, all three parts movement is really good, and training is all free.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. CM. So I actually play CM. I thought this was so ass. To be honest, for a long time I thought this was so bad. But when I learned how to play CM, yo, this shit's actually so good. I'm not gonna lie, it's actually really strong. Um, it is a bit annoying because you have to have hands to play this class. Um, you gotta really make sure you don't miss your bullets. Now you could with every single bind you could hit your big burst, like all three bullets, you'll never miss them. But the bullets in between when you're DPSing, uh, you might miss them. But that's
Mhm.
just like a hands issue. Training is really good. This has really good short cooldown skills. Monkey, what's it called? Monkey Business is actually crazy. It's like,
Yeah, they made it 90 seconds, so this class is a proper 90 and 180-second class now.
yeah, Monkey Business is so good. The iframe, the nuclear option, does so much damage, and it's a really really good iframe. 25-second cooldown, and it does a lot of damage. Like it's like a big hit. Um, Monkey Militia also does help. It does like the little baby monkeys do help a little bit.
Hmm.
Um, Rolling Star is kind of ass, but it's whatever. Um, oh, I forgot. What's it called? Pool Maker. That's the skill, the fourth V. Pool
Yeah.
Maker actually gives you a big damage buff, 20%, and it's a very short cooldown, like very short. I think it's only a minute or 90, one or the other. It's very short. And it does a lot of damage, but I don't think CM is SS tier though. I think it's just S tier, because I
Yeah, it
think
is.
the SS tier's damage is still higher than this class. Like the damage
Mhm.
is just better.
Yeah.
Corsair, you know Corsair better than anyone else.
I honestly think Corsair is the easiest S tier. Like the, the damage is very very good in this class. Like anything, if anything, Brain Scrambler is way too broken. Like I'm just saying it right now, Brain Scrambler is way too broken. Like even if you miss anything else, if you just press, if you just know how to press like Brain Scrambler every 5 seconds, you're good on the damage side, straight up.
Mm-hmm.
Any small boss you go in, you click Brain Scrambler, you're out. Like literally. Yeah, that skill is filthy as fuck. That's like that thing is bot on steroids. That's DB's bot on steroids.
That's funny.
Also, just so you guys know, your crewmates tanks abnormal status for you. So
Oh
in
yeah,
Lotus, you basically never get stunned. Even if you fuck up once in a while, you eat one of the debris, you will not get stunned.
that's actually a really really good point. Yeah, and they also give you damage reduction, don't they?
Oh no. That's Sengoku. They don't. Those
Oh,
don't.
I know Sengoku does. I thought the
Yeah.
crewmates did too. Okay.
Yeah, and also uh, Death Trigger basically has the same type of effect as Jupiter Thunder. If it ends early, it refunds cooldown. So if
Oh wow.
anything, the harder like harder mid tier bosses like what is it called?
Oh, like
CPAP and
Pap.
shit like that, you
Yeah.
can just throw one of those down. Like if you're strong enough for H Lomian. Yeah.
Yeah, no, the Explorer Pirates are actually this good. They're that good. They're like the Explorer Pirates overall, like as a branch, like actually no, the mages are the best. Best branch for
Yeah.
sure. Who am I
Yeah,
kidding?
mages are the best. But
But the Pirates might
all
be
of those three
second best.
out of those three though, Corsairs. If we're talking about raw, like the actual like strength of the class, I think Corsair is the strongest one out of the three.
Warriors, yeah, I know. The Pirates, I'm just saying overall, like on average, I think the Pirates might be the second best branch after the mages.
Yeah.
Uh, If you want to see mechanic, just go back in the VOD or go back in the video.
Controversial one, I guess.
Dark Knight. Yo, this one definitely is controversial because I hear very mixed opinions on this. A lot of people I know, they say Dark Knight is very good at the very high end. Like I'm talking like C10. But a lot of people say Dark Knight's like shit at the very low end. Like at 220, 230. So like in the middle, I actually don't know how they perform. And the thing about because Woober says, isn't their training ass? It's ass
It's
on totem.
absolutely ass.
It's ass on totem, but I think off totem it's good. Like it's fine.
Off totem is fine.
Yeah, and the thing is, there's no totems anymore. So
the reason that people think it's ass at the low end, I don't think that's fair on this class. It's just that Dark Knight has always been one of those very middle ground class when it comes to actual damage output. It's just that you can understand this, right? This is one of the if anything we'll call this class like the balanced class, right? Like in terms of damage output, it's just on the middle ground, the balanced. It's like the balanced class, but when Destiny changed its how it's like the reincarnation skill works, the class just popped off, right? It's because the performance when we get to later stage of the boss, when everyone has good enough gear to solo Black Mage or do those high end hard bosses, then what matters more is what the class has to offer other than the damage, right? Like how well you can dish those damage out, like how good is your damage uptime, like, and then how well you can survive in those bosses is a lot more crucial than just how much raw damage the class is doing.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. G4 has a very, very good point. This is 3-minute burst class, but the 3-minute burst is not enough to justify them being 3 minutes. That's because it has Spear of Darkness that you have to cast every 10 seconds. Like it's a DPM class. It's just a really good DPM class. It has a little bit of a damage spike with Cyclone and Darkness Aura.
Yeah. No, because I know this class plays similar to DB, but the thing is DB's burst is actually pretty good, but it does play similar to DB with every 10 seconds you get a big hit. I mean, some other benefits is like survivability on this class is really good. Like you don't die ever. So there's that. I do think it's still better than all the A tier options. Like I'd rather play this.
I think it's either A or S. Like I'm fine with either A or S. It's just that it's an odd choice you're picking, right? Like if you're playing right now at today's day and age, if you want to play Explorer Warrior, like Hero just blows the other two out of water, like straight up.
Yeah, no. Of course, if you're gonna pick one Explorer Warrior, you always do Hero. Yeah. Even I think Paladin is probably. Actually, I take it back.
Nah, Paladin's offers is actually not.
Yeah, because Paladin's DPS is so bad, but whatever. Its burst is actually so good though. Paladin's burst is like crazy.
No. Yeah, eaten by Goldman, like that's fine. Like Hyperburn, a Dark Knight is completely fine, justified because the training is bad. You want to use Hyperburn to cover the training part. The bossing is fun. Like I like the class. I just like to playing class. It's a good choice. Like you can't go wrong with it. It's just that there's better options, right? If you want to, the bang per buck, like cost efficiency return wise, I think anything in S or SS tier just give you better performance.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, I'll put it in S tier because again, just thinking about like people looking.
Yeah,
at this
I think CM and Dark Knight's kind of similar. I would say that.
Yeah.
It's good, but it's not really stand out good, right?
Okay, moving on. Dawn Warrior. This class is like so juiced.
Yeah, it is juiced.
Like it's actually crazy. They do so much fucking damage, bro. It's ridiculous, and their mobbing is insane.
Bro,
like this for sure is a double S, like for sure.
Fucking Ripped Up Damnation is literally the whole screen wide.
Yeah, like it's actually crazy, bro. Like this
Dude,
skill.
Do be standing on like the ground, be hitting like Damien in the air with Ripped Up Damnation, like holy.
Yeah, bro. Dude, not even are you hitting him from the air? You're hitting him from across the map too. Like the balls don't even matter, bro. You're like the hitbox on it is so much bigger than the animation. It's insane. Like it's literally like a whole bro. You know what the hitbox feels like? It feels like Black Mage P1 Knight dashing. That's what it feels like the hitbox is. Kind of an odd comparison, but that's what it feels like the hitbox is. P1
Yeah.
Knight dash, and you know that hitbox is huge. Like, yeah, this is definitely a double S tier. Like, there's really nothing wrong with this class.
Yeah.
Yeah. DA. DA is one of those that I hear very mixed opinions about, to be honest with you. A lot of people say DA is like goated, but some people say it's kind of ass.
Because that's the difference between whether you want to use level 29 what's that skill called, Demon Frenzy, or level 30 Demon Frenzy.
Uh-huh.
Like if you use level 30 you will never die. Like that's just impossible. You will never die, but your damage is like very mid. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and if you use level 29 you literally gain like 35% like final damage, but you know you're very prone to death because you're permanent at 30% HP,
Yeah.
capped at 30% HP. It just, yeah, the learning curve is way too steep and it's way too punishing if you're bad at the class. It's very, 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 very punishing if you're bad at the
Yeah.
class.
Yeah, I agree. And that's very important because, again, this isn't like a second main. This is just like boss heroes, bro. You just log on to it like maybe once or twice a week.
Yeah, don't do it.
You think it's like C tier, don't do it, or just like B tier, like.
Ah, fuck. Nah, I'll put it in B. I think everything in C is literally just trash.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too, because I'm just like, at least like, this class is strong. It went right though. The classes in SS/S tier have good survivability. Um,
Thinking about that, like overall, but
some of
looking
them
at it
do,
now,
but the damage output's the most important thing. DS. I mean, this for sure is a double S.
no, this is brain dead. You guys
I don't
already
even
know
think
this.
I have to say anything. I've talked about this class so many times, bro.
Yeah, we're not talking about this shit. Move
Like
on.
this shit. Yeah.
Just
I don't have to
move
say
on.
anything, bro. DS is just DS, bro. I'm gonna move it to the front too. Low key, bro. Um. Anyways, maybe I should say something about DS. I don't know. Maybe I'll do a quick recap. Uh, built-in crit rate, IED, insane demon awakening uptime, Orthrus, insane uptime, Snake, insane uptime, Demon Bane, 2-minute fat ass burst, cannot die, 3 different iframes, pretty good movement, training's pretty good. You called it God tier once. Dude, I called this class Haram once, bro. Like, straight up. Yeah, this class just has everything. It has infinite damage. Literally infinite damage. Like, I'm not even joking when I say it. It has infinite damage. Its bind is instant. And yeah,
Oh,
and the training's
have
really
you tried
easy.
the new like rush charge skill on DS?
It's so fast. It's
Yeah, it's
so
non-stop at
fast.
this point. Like
Yeah,
holy.
it's so fast. Yeah. Yeah, DS is crazy. And the goddess on this is actually really good. You literally always have goddess every single time.
Yeah, it's 120 goddess, right? So
Yeah. Anyways, DB. I think DB is another double S, to be honest.
I think so too.
Yeah, cause the other thing is DB is
Easy.
a little bit annoying to train. Actually, it's not even bad anymore, to be honest. You could just rotate cause with off
Yeah,
totem,
I mean,
like it lines up. Like you just rotate NATO and bod, and you have
also
Urda shower.
back in the day, like when you don't have a summon, like you literally like if you rotate bot NATO, you miss one part of the platform, one part of the map, right? Right now,
Mhm.
that's already covered. That's also covered by Urda Fountain.
Yep. DB for sure. Very, very, very strong. Short cooldown burst. Like this class, when you're at this tier, like legit, bod NATO through like 80% of all the bosses, like just one shots all of them.
Mhm.
And the DB burst, like Blade Tempest, they buffed it a lot, where it's actually a very, very strong skill. And they buffed Ashura a lot too. Like Ashura does so much damage nowadays. Like it's crazy how much damage it does. It's very easy to pick up too. The iframes are very, very, very good on this. And it also has clone, the summon, the mirror target,
Mhm.
which doesn't work with FAMs, by the way, but whatever.
This is one of your classic pickup and go class.
Yep, it's like PF.
Yeah.
Hayato, only reservation I have on Hayato, is it losing stacks and slime, but it still does slime really fast. And then Sukuno being 2 minute, um, is actually crazy for this class.
Slime,
Uh,
Slime's way better now. Like you just play 3 minute burst. Slime's way
yeah,
better now.
you could just play 3 minute Hayato. It's actually very strong. This is another Hurricane class, so you do a lot of damage. Nodes on Hayato, yeah, nodes on Hayato are like giga shit, but at this point you should have good enough nodes for sure. Training on Hayato is probably one of the easiest classes in the whole game as well. Like so free. Everything one shots. Everything's a full map attack. Um, this is a class that does have a learning curve though. It's definitely not a pick up and go class. You do have to keep up your stacks in between bosses every single time. Um, but the Hayato damage currently is actually very, very high.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm letting you know for like from now on, out of all my boss battles till this day, Hayato's still my best performing one. Like till this day. I have a lot other like good classes that I'm using as boss battle. Hayato's is the best one still.
yeah, the thing about Hayato is like when you know what you're doing, like when you learn a class, it's actually really, really, really strong. Like it is actually very strong. A lot of issues that people play Hayato, and also it's a crit damage Legion block. Let's
Yeah,
not
no, I
forget
was just
that.
about to say it's a crit damage
Yeah,
legion.
because a
We
lot of
just do it.
people have this at 250 because it's a crit damage Legion block, but they don't know what the fuck
Also
they're
really
doing.
easy to train. It's by out of the three, this is by far the easiest to train out of the three.
Yeah,
So a
for
lot of people
sure.
just have it.
Yeah, they have it, but the issue is they don't think it's that good because they don't know how to play the class. Like they just don't know how to play the class, bro. So they don't think it's that good. But the class like it's actually really, really strong.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm thinking double S tier.
It is double S tier. Like
Yeah,
I
like
wasn't
it's
even
got the
gonna
Legion
question
block too. So
that. Yeah.
there you go. So it does look a little weird seeing this many double S tiers, but it's
I
actually
mean,
a
that's a
really,
good thing.
it's actually a good thing. Yeah, it's actually a really
That's
good thing
straight up
because
a good thing.
it's good to know that you guys have so many options for all these good classes. Like there's so many options. Hero, bro, come on, bruh. Who are you kidding? Hero's actually like the best class in the game at the moment.
I
Straight
think so
up.
too. I think Hero is the best class right now.
Like Hero's actually so strong, it's insane. The fact so this is a DPS class, and the fact that they made instinctual combo even more DPS oriented is crazy. We talked about this the other day. But yeah, something huge is World Reaver is just an iframe. It doesn't give you a final damage buff, which is a really good thing. They moved it to Sword Illusion, which is a higher cooldown. But since it's a higher cooldown, the final damage buff on it is even higher. And it's something you can actually just cast off cooldown. Because before you would use World Reaver off cooldown and not have an iframe just to get more damage. But now you're not sacrificing that. You actually just have your own iframe stand alone. Burning Soul Blade is actually so insane. Probably one of the best V skills in the whole game. Straight up. Summon that doesn't snap back to you anymore while training. It does a ton of damage while bossing, and it's automatic damage. It's one of those things where you set it and forget it. You don't have to like do anything about it. Raging Blow and Puncture for mobbing, like you can alternate. Those hitboxes are actually insane, to be honest with you. Like Heroes mobbing is actually so good now.
Yeah, right. Really good. Like you have two summons, like your sword, like BSB and your Earth Fountain.
Yeah.
And also you have like that like aura beam type of skill that you can shoot
beam
out to
blade.
one direction.
Yeah.
A beam blade or whatever.
They also
Yeah.
have their dash, their flash blade dash, that just locks onto a mob and like instantly like dashes you towards it, which is insane. It's kind of crazy because I always remember talking about Hero. I'm like, this shit has like the worst mobbing in the game. Now it's like so good, and its bossing is so good, like at the top of the charts for bossing. Like literally, like probably the strongest class in the whole game right now.
Yeah, I believe so as well.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, these aren't in any particular order. Just letting you know.
Yeah.
These are not in any particular order. I just felt like putting DS here just cause I can. Yeah. Anyways, moving on to Ho Young. This is a class that I'm playing right now. Yo, Ho Young's his burst is actually so good. But I don't feel like this is double S tier at the moment, to be honest with you. I think its off burst is just
Okay, so
too shit a little
suggestion?
too shit at the
Suggestion.
moment.
What if we make a SSS tier and put
Oh,
DS Hero,
triple S tier. Okay, true. We should do
DS
that.
Hero, FP, and shit like that needs to go up there.
Yeah, let's make a triple S tier. What the fuck? Let's make a triple S tier. Yeah, that works.
Okay, DS Hero, those two definitely go up there.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, what else?
These classes are giga. What about Dawn Warrior?
You know what, I can get behind that actually.
Yeah, Dawn Warrior is like so good right now. It's crazy.
Looking at remaining, the only other
Oh,
class, I think we can put FP up there too.
the only thing that's reserving me from FP is this class has no iframe. Now it does have E form, which is like
I mean,
it's
Evo is
pretty
good enough.
good.
Like anything that
I just feel like
Hard
these three are
Logan
just
tier
better than
class.
FP though. Like FP, I don't know, man.
No, FP is still still one of the strongest class in the game, I believe.
Yeah, yeah, no, I agree. It is. It definitely is.
Oh no, I think FP can go up there.
Hmm. All right, what other options? I know Adele is really good right now too. I don't think it'll go quite up there yet. Um, I don't think Hydo goes up there yet either.
Now,
Um,
how does it cost by the nodes still?
yeah, literally it's just the nodes. I swear to God, if Hydo had fixed nodes, it would be up there, straight up.
Bro,
I
put FP up
think
there. Trust
DB
me.
is very good too.
DB's damage ceiling is the reason why I don't want to put DB up there is though DB's damage ceiling is lower than the three you put up there.
Yeah, that's true.
Like the floor is higher. DB's damage floor is higher than those, but the ceiling is lower. Also, bro, just put FP up there. Trust me. Like, trust.
Yeah. No, I think I'm biased against FP because I haven't played it as much as the other mages.
No,
So,
FP, yeah, FP is crazy. Like,
mhm.
DS overrated copium.
No, DS is definitely not overrated. DS is really, really, really good. Like legit, it's so good at this bracket for
Yeah,
sure. I think you can make an argument for Endgame that the others might be better, but at this bracket, DS is like straight up unrivaled. Um,
true.
anyways, Ho Young. We were talking about Ho Young. Yo, I think Ho Young's good, but I think its off burst isn't as like it's just it cucks it
Yeah.
too much.
Okay, let's do a direct comparison between Hoyon and Adele, right? I feel like as a pickup and go class, not pickup and go class. You still need to learn both of those classes, but I think Adele is better.
No, Adele's 100% better than Ho Young because Adele's off
Yeah,
burst is actually really good. Where Ho
yeah,
Young's is like so shit. And Ho Young is way harder to learn than Adele. Like way
yeah,
harder. But I do think Ho Young's still better than all the A tier classes for sure.
yeah. It is. It is. I think Hoyon's ass.
Yeah, I agree. Um, don't you have a jet?
Yeah, I'm not proud of it.
Doesn't this suck? It is a crit
Yeah,
damage Legion block though.
it is a crit damage Legion block, and that's about it. There's so many like annoying bugs about this class. I fucking hate it. Like your wagon thing doesn't go through phases. Like it's
Oh, the car
fucking
doesn't go through phases?
nope, it doesn't.
That's so stupid, bro. The thing is, Jet is still a crit damage block. It can't go in C. Like that. That literally saves it, bro.
Okay, just so you
Because it
know,
has tremendous value in that.
I have both Jet and Alien. I'll put Jet in A.
Oh, Jet's better than Ilium. Wow.
Oh god. As a boss meal, just solely talking about boss meal,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
would
yeah.
like to reiterate the reason I put Alien in B is just I hate running 15 bosses in a row on Alien because the class takes way too much setup to do damage.
Mhm.
And running bosses back to back on that class is not fun. But one single boss instance like we're talking about, I can put Alien higher. Just so you know.
Mhm.
Anyways, I think just A. Like I believe you if you asked me to choose, right? Like
Mhm.
if I have a brand new account, well, not brand new account. If right now I don't have Jet or I don't have anything that's in A tier, if you want ask me like what would I want to play in everything in A tier, I'll pick Jet just because the Legion block,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Anyways,
Um. Okay. Yeah, I can get behind that. Kane. So this is like 90-second burst, but 200 not 200 120-second vicious shot cooldown.
Dude, the class is just
It's
cucked by
so
Vicious Shot.
funny, bro. It's so funny. Like that alone, vicious shot being 120-second cooldown and the burst being 90 and 180 is so crazy. Like it's so stupid. Like
Yeah.
that alone ruins this class. It ruins it. So it can only go so far. But I do think it's better than all the B tier classes.
It is.
Like for sure, Kane's trading and Kane's damage output is actually
Okay.
not bad.
Kane's off burst is worse than Nylor. Kane's burst is worse than Nylor. But yeah, but the thing is, Kane has 2 bursts though. Nylor just has 1.
Yeah, Kane has 2. It's 90-second. Nyland just has 1. It's more often.
I mean,
The thing about training is there's nothing really that's that dog shit. Like you have Urda Fountain. Like there's like no real shit training anymore. They're just a little bit less advantaged.
another thing is that Kane is a lot better of a mobber without totem. Like when everyone doesn't have totem, Kane's actually one of the good mobbers.
That's a good point. Yeah, the cooldowns are designed against off totem. Even the
Yeah.
amount of mobs that the skills hit is designed for is with off totem.
Yeah, all I'm saying is, guys, if Kane was a thief, if it had ready to die instead of vicious shot, the class is way better. Ain't significantly better.
Yeah, I agree. Imagine I had last resort every 90-second. It'd be like DB.
Yeah.
It'd be like more complicated DB.
Yeah. I mean,
The thing is, I'd rather play Kane than all these though. All the
yeah,
B
I was
tiers.
gonna put it in A. I have a Kane. I'll play anything over anything in B. That's the reason I picked it.
Yeah, I put it here.
What thief class is the best at mobbing? Shad.
100% Shad. Um, yo, I don't recommend Kana at all.
I don't either. The class just, dude, doesn't do damage.
Does do damage, yeah. Um, I mean the cooldowns are like the kit is good. Like the cooldowns are good. Domain's good, obviously. The mobbing is still really good. The Legion card is really good, but it does no damage. And at the end of the day, that's what it boils down to. That's the most important thing. It doesn't do any damage. D for
Dome.
domain. That's true, actually. D for domain. Lumi.
I don't know.
Lumi also sucks.
Best class in the game. Put it in SSS.
Yeah, I might just put it here just to fuck with Jeff, to be honest. Like just because of that. Okay, so talk about Lumi. Let's think about it. So the mobbing on Lumi is very good. Training this class is super good. Like top tier training. But the bossing actually sucks. It does no damage. And the thing Jeff said it best. This is a hyper greed mage that does no damage. Meaning like you actually have to try so hard and attack the boss all the time and you're doing no damage. Like I feel like the kit is really nice. It's like really good. Like you have Conduit, which is short cooldown, like big hit. Ender, you hold it down to a ton of lines.
Yeah.
Gate is super good. Baptism is automatic. Like you just pop that shit, it hits the mobs for you. Liberation Orb, same thing. It's a big burst, 3 minute. But the issue is the numbers are so low on this. Like they're like so low.
They really just need to amp up the percentage on that class, like straight up.
Yeah, and the baptism actually got nerfed this patch, so it's even weaker.
Oh, it did?
Straight up. Yeah, it actually got nerfed overall damage this patch. It's actually lower. But
GG.
yeah, I don't recommend Lumi at all. I'll put it down here. Actually, it might even be in C. I don't know though. It's kind of close. Like I really don't recommend Lumi as a boss meal.
I really don't
as a
recommend
250
Lumi.
boss meal. Like it's really not good.
It's also not straightforward, right? Like
It's
if
not.
you play,
I'll have to drop it
yeah, I
down.
really cannot recommend that. Yeah.
I'll have to drop it down. Like I really like don't recommend Lumi. Like don't do this. Don't do this to yourself. Marksman, I think Marksman is either double. It's probably double S.
Yeah. I really think it.
Yeah, I think Marksman is definitely double S tier. It's actually really similar to Wind Archer, except it's not a hurricane. They
Mhm.
both have like an emerald type ability. Marksman's split shot being 72-second uptime is actually really really good.
Dude, that's so
Um,
dumb. I don't know why that. It was 60 seconds. They straight up just add 12 seconds to it without any, yeah, taking away anything
Dude,
from it.
same with DS's Orthrus. It was 40 and went to
Yeah,
52 for no reason. Same with Snake. Snake just got stronger for no reason. Um,
yeah.
yeah, I'm talking about DS now. But Marksman, yeah, the training is also very very easy with split shot.
Mark,
The
I think Marksman is by far the best mobber and the best archer mobber
yeah
and Crew Legion. Yeah,
yeah and crit rate legion, which is very very important. People underestimate how important the crit rate legion is. It's super important. I was gonna get mine to level 250, just because you know you don't have to invest as much into crit rate elsewhere. Um, the damage is actually really good with cartridge, and what's nice about cartridge is it's like throw blasting, right? Where it's like
yeah.
you have 8 charges, but you don't.
It's a
It's
controlled throw blasting. Yeah.
yeah, it's like a controlled burst. Yeah, it's very very nice. And this is another thing is they changed the iframe to 1 minute and one shot, right? And that one shot does
Yeah.
a lot of damage too.
Oh, dude, that one click does a fuckload of damage. Holy shit.
Yeah, exactly. It's like almost as much as like all the old clicks combined. Like just that one click, straight up.
Yeah,
And it's like a 3 second iframe on 1 minute cooldown. It's actually like really really nice.
yeah.
But this class like really needed that because having a um 3 minute cooldown iframe for 10 seconds, like so the thing about 10-second iframes is like you really don't need to be iframed for 10 seconds. Like 10-second iframe on this game, honestly, I feel like it's too long. Like you really
Hmm.
don't need a 10-second iframe. Like there's not many instances where like within 2 seconds you're not positioned well enough that you'll survive, right?
Hmm.
Like 10 second, like what do you need that shit for?
Yeah,
I'd much rather have a short cooldown iframe.
yeah. Guys,
Yeah.
I can really recommend this class for you guys to pick up and try. I know this class has left a very bad impression on people just because how bad it was before the Destiny revamp. But Destiny, because the mobbing was just bad, and then the burst felt lackluster because it was a DPM class. But their fourth V really changed that around. Like you can finish your entire burst within every single one of your bind. Like you have 2 minute bind, you have 2 minute burst. You can finish all of your bursts within that 10-second bind.
Yeah.
And the mobbing, it went from like literally bottom tier mobbing to by far the best mobber in archers.
Yeah, you have your hyper skill too, which is like it hits the same amount of mobs.
Yeah.
Also, it's dude, it's like Vayne, you know, like the 1 2 3 and then you get the big hit.
Oh
That's
yeah,
actually it's
yeah,
so good. It's
yeah.
actually so good
They
when you
buffed
do the
that
one two
dispatch,
three
dude.
big
They
hit.
buffed that 1 2 3 skill dispatch.
Yeah, like it's actually so strong. The 1 2 3 snipe, it's like so good. Anyways, yeah, Marksman, easy double S.
Yeah,
Mihail, yo, this class is crazy now.
yeah.
Yeah, like Mihail is actually like a top tier class nowadays, which is kind of funny because it's like Mihail's always been clowned on for so long, but this class is actually like crazy now. First of all, impossible to die, and then second, they up the damage a lot, like straight up.
Yeah. Have you seen those mobbing videos that they have? They right now they have a shield summon
Yeah,
that covers half the map, and then you have Earth Fountain cover the other half the map, and then you just stand in the middle and jump and do a Royal Guard.
yeah, literally.
That's the entirety of your mobbing.
Yeah, the shield summon is literally just another Urda Fountain. Like
Yeah.
they just have two Urda Fountains.
I
Yeah,
know you
like
guys have seen the Harlow's Mihawk blindfold video.
yeah, I actually have. Like Mihail's just on another like honestly it's deserved. This class has been in the shithole for so long. Um but yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't think it's double S tier. Double S like those classes are really like exceptional and everything. It's
Yeah.
probably double S though. I don't really know what's bad about Mihail to be honest. I just don't think his damage compares to triple S though. That's all it is.
Do you think it'll be tilting for people to play when, like, one thing though, like, I feel like it's very tilting when you miss a Royal Guard.
That's true. That's true. I
And you
mean,
have
if
to
you're
do it very
not,
often. Like, you have to, if you want to do optimal damage, you have to find a way to proc that every 6 seconds.
do you know Mega Dude War?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I was talking to him one time about Mihail, somewhat recently, and he was basically saying that like at the end of the day, if you are someone who are like who like you don't want to press Royal Guard every few seconds or whatever, don't play this class. Like that's what it boils down to. Straight
Yeah,
up.
yeah, yeah.
Like straight up, that's what it boils down to. Like if you're not gonna hit your Royal Guards every like so often, like don't play this class.
Yeah, it's definitely not. It's not something I want to recommend to newer players, right? Like you have to found some interest in playing this class to go out of the way to play this class instead of something like Hero, say,
Mm-hmm.
right? And don't worry.
Yeah.
You think it's double S? I'm fine with S. I don't know about double S.
I think it's double S in terms of like actual performance if you know how to
Yeah,
play the
but
class.
yes,
But
yes.
like you
But
said, what you said matters a lot though.
yeah, SS class is just generally like easier to play than, well, not easier, like lower maintenance. Okay, this
I don't know. There's
Rogue
like
S6
Hayato and
segment is
Adele in
really
there.
something that you
Yeah.
have to really want to do it, right? And then as a boss mule, like you log on this class for like hard Lomian, and then you're like, fuck, I have to press this skill every 5 seconds, every 6 seconds.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. I'll put it here. Um, yo, Night Lord, dude, Night Lord, I got mixed feelings about. I don't
Bro,
know, cause like Night Lord, it gets better the stronger you fund it, right? Because
yeah.
I literally had a 250 Night Lord boss meal, doing H Lomian. Like I literally had this, and
Mm-hmm.
all the baby bosses, it's free. Like you just destroy it because with your quad star and explosive tag passive, like it'll just kill the baby boss. Shuriken, of
Yeah.
course, very short cooldown. The only issue with this is first of all, the burst is too long. You land your bind and burst, like it's too long. Like if you don't kill the boss within the bind burst, like the bosses just run around. It just runs around for too long.
Yeah.
It's really really annoying. Uh, it is
Also,
very exceptional in slime though. Like no other class is better than this in slime.
that's true. I also want to say, like, I don't know, like I think this is just how the class is designed, but I've tried main damage. I've tried main minimum damage like hard Damien on Night Lord before,
Hmm.
and dude, without Roar, this class is really bad. I think it's just
Yeah, it is.
the
It
class is
is
designed
like
around having a Roar. Like without Roar, it's really bad.
yeah,
Like
it's all
really,
front loaded within the first 12 seconds, like all of it, the whole thing.
yeah.
And last resort, of course, is 50-second cooldown. But by the time you're using last resort, it's like 13, 12 seconds left. But
Also, this is one of those very squish class, and it's squishy, and you have to be on boss's face.
the thing is though, the dark sight matters a lot. Like it
Yeah,
helps
yeah,
a lot, especially with the controlled force dark sight with the dash.
yeah.
That does help a lot.
But
But
having so this is
mhm.
having the option to attack from a range versus you have to be on, constantly stick to the boss when you're doing optimal damage just feels really bad.
Yeah.
I
When I
also think that your week to week performance on this class will vary a lot just depending on like RNG after you finish your bind. Like if your
That's
bind
actually such a good point. That is such a good point. That is like a genius point. The week to week variance in RNG depending on what happens after the bind,
yeah,
especially on Night Lord, you're right. Because if binds over, Damien goes in the air, like you're not hitting him, bro. Your spread is
yeah,
gonna you're wasting your spread. Like
yeah. Like compare spread to Rift of Damnation, right? Like don't worry when the boss is finished, like when the bind's over, you can still hit the boss wherever it is, as long as it's targetable. Rift of Damnation, the stick crossing will hit the boss. Like
yeah.
spread's not the case.
Yeah. Spread like you're not hitting that shit. Yeah, I the thing is about Night Lord is I would rather play all of the S tier classes above Night Lord. Like all of them.
Yeah, I
Like
would
all of
do.
them. Like I think it's just
Like
A tier. It is a crit
yeah,
damage block or crit rate block, which is really nice.
yeah.
But yeah, I would rather even a lot of these A tier classes I would rather play than Night Lord. Straight
Bro,
up.
bro, if I didn't have a Night Lord, if I would to pick a 250 boss, I'd play PF before Night Lord. I'm not joking.
Yeah.
I'm straight up not joking. I'll play PF before this shit, dude.
Yeah, straight up. Like Phantom, Bishop, Blaze Wizard, PF. I'd straight up would rather play those than Night Lord. Not even joking, bro. I'm gonna have to put it here.
Nah, that's too far. I think it is fine.
Ugh. All right. Paladin's burst is really really good. Um, the only issue about Paladin is that its DPS actually is so ass. Like when I boss with 80, he can like one shot the boss with its burst, but when we're waiting for when we're waiting for the burst, like it actually does nothing. The issue about the other thing about Paladin is the survivability is crazy though. Like you can't die. You
Yeah.
can't die. Like it's impossible. You literally will just never die in this class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also at the stage when you're doing small bosses, on Paladin at the stage, if you're doing Harlomian, like the small bosses, you just throw a Mjolnir, like your force V, and then you just get out.
Yeah. No, it has a baby boss killer skill.
Yeah.
But I actually like no Paladin. Like I really don't recommend it to be honest.
Also, solo bossing, isn't solo bossing just feels bad on this class?
Yeah, because you're losing
missing,
40%
large
final
portion
damage
of
from.
damage.
Yeah, you're missing 40 FD from Divine Echo. Straight up missing 40 FD by not being in a party. Like, how does that
Yeah.
make sense, bro? This is a party class. Like, solo bossing is really not it. I've recommended Paladin before, but I've learned more at this point, and it's really not it, bro. I think it
No,
actually is just.
220, I think 220 this class is fine, but 250 and
Yeah. Like, I actually think it's just in the B tier, to be honest. Like, I don't think it's that good at this
Yeah,
bracket.
I'd much rather play the other two warrior than this.
Yeah. Like, it's good in Slime because Slime is just
I-
burst.
This is a class that's
know.
good on low funding and extreme funding, but that
Yeah,
middle ground
yeah.
is
I agree. Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah.
Thunderbreaker. I heard this class got way better this patch. Like way better. But this is like a raw DPS class though.
Didn't they just took something away from this class and then added back and called it a revamp?
Yeah, that's basically what they did. They like they legit nerfed this class like 50% final damage, like straight up like 50%. They legit nerfed it like 50%, bro, and then they just gave it back this patch. So it's like at 0 point again. Straight up.
Bro, this is one of those classes like, bro, if you want to play a Thunderbreaker, just play Buck, please.
Yeah, for real. Like if you want that shark water vibe, like just go play Puck. Why would you choose Thunderbreaker? This is a straight DPS class, like straight up. Like this, no burst. Straight up, straight DPS, bro. I actually don't really recommend it to be honest, but I still think it's better than all the C tier classes.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, like for sure, it's all better. It's better than all of them. But all the A tiers are better for sure.
Yeah. Doesn't TB low key have higher DPS than Buck? Really?
No, I don't think
No
so.
way.
No, I
There's
don't
no
think
way.
so at all.
I don't
I don't
believe
think
that.
so at all. No. Buck's DPS is crazy.
Bro, you think Laura Deep doesn't have DPS or what? Like Buck was a DPM class until they added Howling Fist. Like the DPM didn't just magically go away. They just add Howling Fist burst on top of its old DPM now.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, if there's any like Giga Thunderbreakers here want to prove me wrong, that's fine, bro. Kinesis. Yo, Kinesis got so much better. Like this thing is
Yeah, I
actually
still don't
really
know
good.
much about the class, though.
They okay, so it has short cooldown bursts, like very good ones, and its big burst is not bad at all, the 3-minute burst. The issue with this class is it used to be very off cooldowns, like some 150, some like 210, I think. Like very weird cooldowns. But they unified everything to be 180 and gave it like 20 FD on top of that. So it's actually like a very like I don't want to say very strong, but it's not shit at all. It's like definitely above mid on this class. It's a 3-minute burst, but it does have its short cooldowns too. The survivability and movement on this class is crazy though. It has insane air movement, so you can hit the boss while it's in the air. And the training on Kinesis is also really, really good. It's one of those classes where I'm pretty sure you could just like stand in one spot and throw shit around.
Yeah, I don't know much about that, but I know the mobbing is good. It's in like there's a lot of very high ranked level player in KMS. They're all Kinesis.
Yeah. No, the class is good now. I'm telling you. Like straight up, it's a good class now. I was talking to Kid Omega, who's like endgame Kinesis. Like it actually like changed so much in Destiny.
Yeah, someone had a good point in chat. Like the PP management is something that you have to learn. Okay, yeah, that's something that you have to learn, right? As a boss meal.
Yeah, that's true. You do have to learn the PP management. Manage your PP. We're gonna get to Shad, AB, and Lara after. For some reason the file didn't work for this website, but we're gonna add them in a bit after.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Kinesis and its PP belong at least in the S tier, to be honest. Like, it's actually pretty good.
I can see that. I was debating A and S, but yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah. Yo, Xenon, I actually don't recommend this class at all. Like, straight up. It's okay, so first of all, it's just worse Night Lord. And at 250, you still don't have enough node slots for all your shit. Like, straight up. It's just worse Night Lord. And you don't have enough node slots for all your stuff. Even at 250. Like, this class is still gimped. You need to be like 265 at least, I'm pretty sure, to have like decent node slots. Like, that's how many nodes this class uses. Because it shares both pirate and thief common skills.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't recommend this at all. Like, straight up. I do not recommend this at all.
And yeah. So for the class that doesn't have like really, really strong incentive to make you play, like, you know, having a good character card or whatever, or easy to play, like that type, if a class doesn't have that type of incentive, it better be like one something that's in the SSS tier, right? Like DS also doesn't have like those type of incentive. Like the character, the Legion effect is not that good, and it's, you know, the training is not the easiest. It is still good, but it's not the easiest compared to the other classes. But it's still in SS tier because it's just that good, right?
Yeah.
But Xenon's like, it doesn't have any of those, and it's also not. It's just not like. It's just not it. It's just not like crazy good to justify me going out of my way to pick this and oh, I'm playing this.
Yeah. Now my only thing about Xenon is I don't know if it's B or C straight up, because I really don't recommend it at all. But I do feel like it's better than the C tier classes.
It is. It is.
Yeah, so I'm probably gonna put it in B.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna move this to paint because I have to add in the other classes. So 1 second. Because this dumbass website doesn't let me use the things I want to use. So give me 1 second.
Then this guy got ultra buff this patch.
What? Lara?
Lara. Yeah.
This patch? Or was it
Oh, that was
before?
last patch, never mind.
That was
Lara
the
got
last
ultra
patch
buff.
I got ultra buffed, yeah. Best class in the game, Lara. And then let me put the second best class in the game. This idiot. He looks so stupid. Shad. Looks so stupid. It's so scuffed, but it's okay. It's serviceable. And then third best class in the game.
I like how there's a copper sun thumbnail there. The face of Maple. No cap.
True. One day my thumbnails will show up on YouTube, on Google Images. All right, let me switch this to paint so you can see. All right.
Nice.
All right, so Lara. Me as the #1 Lara in the world. The only award-winning Lara, by the way. #1 undisputed champion of the Lara universe. I can confirm that this class is really good. Like, really good now. First of all, it's burst. Fuck, what's its burst called? I know the name. Fuck, what's the burst called again? I know the name, don't tell me. I know the name. Lance connection. Yup, it's burst. Lance connection. I didn't forget that. Um, Lance connection is literally one of the fastest bursts in the whole game. That shit, blink and you'll miss it. Just like me, bro. Blink and you'll miss it. And the other thing about Lara is, not only does it have a really fat big burst that's very very quick, and the reason why we want a very big quick burst is so that the boss can't dodge it. Like you'll know that you'll hit the entire burst because the boss can't dodge it while it's doing an attack. It also has big stretch, which is their V skill that explodes all the veins that go towards the boss. That skill actually does a lot of damage. Surging essence, which is their 20-second explosion skill, their V skill. That skill actually does a lot of damage for killing. That's what I do when I wake up. Big stretch. Yeah. I was reading the wiki. I'm not. I actually play this class. Surging essence. It's a 20-second big hit skill, and not only that, it's really good at killing like baby bosses. Like actually does a lot of damage. Now the thing that makes Lara exceptionally good is they buffed its summons damage. So all the summons, the little water boy, the wind boy, the fire boy, when you suck him up and use him for your sprinkle, they do so much damage now. And not only that, Lara's hyper skill makes it so that when you're using any of your skills, when you're putting down any of your summons, you have super stance. So this class has almost permanent super stance. It's actually so good. And it has damage reduction, and it has E-form. Yeah, Lara's good. And the mobbing is like the best in the whole game, straight up. And she cute. Yup. And it's not Nightwalker. Yup.
So
You're so funny. You're so funny. Yo, I actually think it's better than the A tier classes, low key. I think it's S tier.
how's that? I thought it doesn't do off burst though.
No, I'm saying like the off burst is all better now because they buffed all the summons.
All right, all right.
Yeah, like they buffed the off burst. Off burst kind of
I think
ass. No, it actually got buffed. It's
I
actually
think a
not
lot of
bad.
people. I think a lot of people that made Lara when it came out and play this class because Lara was also a hyped class just because it's easy to train and it's a pretty class. So a lot of people just because of the fact that it's easy to train, a lot of people on creations made this class level this class up. And
Yeah.
not as I think it's just it's good. And based on what people told me, that they said that Lara is actually really good as a boss meal.
Yep. It is. It actually is. Unironically, Lara's really good now. And they're probably just gonna keep buffing her too.
Yeah.
And you can hit bosses in the air on this, by the way. Like there's like no downtime on the damage. It also has a teleport. You could teleport to the veins. It's actually pretty good movement. Okay, Shad.
You know where that shit is going.
You think it's triple S?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, me too actually. Shad's also still up there to be honest. Shad's damage is insane. Its DPS is insane. Its burst is really, really strong. The mobbing is also insane.
Unrivaled.
Yeah, it's also crazy mobbing. Yo, I don't even know. There's nothing bad about Shad. Actually, the only thing that's like a little bit tricky on Shad is it's kind of hard to play, to master rather. Like you need to hit your trick blades, you need to know how to weave, because that's a big difference. People who get like 70 nates per 30 seconds versus like 80 plus is a lot. Like that's a big damage difference.
I think they okay. So
Best Darkseid in the game.
I will agree that it's hard to play before, but if they implement this patch properly, where Assassinate A1 and A2 can both connect with Trickblade, then it's a lot easier. If they fix the bug and update class to what actually meant to be played.
Oh, I'm assuming bug fix. Like
yeah, with updated class to properly work as intended, then this is a lot easier than before because Triple A is not limited to A2 now.
Yeah. I agree. Actually, I completely agree. Never mind. Trick Blade is like baby. You literally can't miss Trick Blade. It's impossible now. Literally
Yeah,
impossible. Um,
yeah.
Sonic Blow being able to be refunded. So I do this literally every single week. I run through all of my bosses. Sonic Blow, Trick Blade. They both go back to 12 seconds. Next boss, Sonic Blow, Trick Blade. Next boss, Sonic Blow, Trick Blade. Sonic Blow, Trick Blade. Sonic Blow, Trick Blade. Every single
Yep,
time, and it just
yep.
destroys everything. It's insane.
Very
Um,
versatile class.
yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. AB. I actually think AB is double S tier from the jump. AB, they changed it so much that there's really not that much wrong with it. You could just hold down Trinity, similar to how Demon Slayer can hold down Demon Lash. You could just hold down Trinity. There's also Trinity Fusion, which is a super stance and does a lot of damage. The only thing that's a little bit annoying with AB is charging up your dragon, but that's something that you don't really have to think about. You just kind of use it and then wait till it gets to 8 stacks, then you use it again, and then your dragon
Mm-hmm.
breath does a lot of damage. It has a lot of short cooldowns. Sparkle Burst is a really nice iframe, 10-second iframe, or 6-second if you need it immediately. So kind of like a modular iframe. Um, it's Spotlight and Supernova give you a ton of damage. It also has damage reduction with its spinny skill. It has good movement, very, very, very good flash jump, very, very good dash, and AB secret member twice. True. Like, there's not much wrong with AB. The training is brain dead too. It's got the best marks in the whole game. So
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think it's just a solid class.
actually, my only reservation from putting in S, I take it back, double S, is I don't know if the damage is as high as all the double S tiers. Because all the double S tiers, their damage is very, very high.
I think S tier is justified though. It's also one of the class you can just pick up and play.
No, I think it's definitely S tier. My
Yeah,
only reservation about double S is its damage. I don't think it has crazy damage like that. So I'll just keep it in
yeah,
S tier, which is fine.
yeah. That's fine.
Um, okay, so I guess to wrap up, uh, this was a boss meal tier list for a lot of people who just joined. This is for 250 bossing around H Lomian tier. And I'm actually really happy with this. Like this list is probably one of the most happy lists I am in my whole life. To be honest, like all the lists that we made, I'm actually like very, very confident with this one.
Yeah.
Like I can argue for every single case. But yeah, there's a lot of people watching me here right now. If you've never followed me before, like please consider following me. We do this kind of stuff. We make tier lists, and me and Phil are the best players in MapleStory in the whole world. Like nobody's better than us. So, therefore, there's no better source of information naturally. So yeah, if you want to learn how to play this game efficiently and also have fun, consider following me because I stream almost all the time, and I make a lot of YouTube videos too. So I appreciate that. Thank you so much for the follows, guys. All right, I guess we'll talk about Nightwalker. Fine. Fine, we'll talk about Nightwalker. Okay, if you okay, just from the jump, I have a command in my chat for Dawn Warrior and Nightwalker, exclamation point Dawn Warrior, exclamation point Nightwalker. If you want to know anything about like more in depth, because I know they're very popular in Ignition, you could do the commands in chat. Exclamation Dawn Warrior or exclamation point Nightwalker. Yeah.
Got him.
Got him. Got him with the exclamation point Nightwalker, bro. Yo. Now, okay. All shtick aside, all memes aside, unfortunately, Nightwalker is unfortunately
Bro, man said
very
unfortunately.
yeah, I said it twice. I'm gonna say it 3 times. Unfortunately, Nightwalker is kinda strong a little bit this patch. Maybe a little. Like it's sad, but like it's kinda strong right now. So oh, it's definitely not triple S tier, not even close. It's definitely not. No, none of those like Giga Burst class are like triple S, like 0%. I think it might be double S though.
It's a minimum double S.
So the thing with Nightwalker is Quad SS. The thing with Nightwalker, a lot of people compare it to Nightlord, but at this point, no, they're definitely like
It
two
is better
different
class.
identities, like 100%. Nightwalker has, first of all, it has more damage, like just right off the bat, and second of all, get it right off the bat, bro. Come on, guys, that was a good one. That was a good one. Anyways, um, uh, it has 90-second burst as well, which is pretty good with its rapid throw, and it has short cooldown burst with its bite, right? Which is like actually really strong. Bro, you could straight up AFK train in this class, just hold down your shadow bite and do nothing. And that's it. Like also the bats, I believe, are one of the hardest hitting marks in the game.
Yeah, it is.
Dude, yeah, I think it's double S tier. The only thing that's preventing me from triple S is because these triple S tier classes, like they also have like crazy DPS. Like crazy DPS, like all of them. So
I mean, all of them also are easier to play than Nightwalker. Like to do optimal damage, everything in Turbo S tier is just easier to pull off than Nightwalker.
yeah. All right, I'm gonna move this to the top. Hold on. Move this up here. Move it to the top and put it over here because I know people are gonna probably screenshot this. So I'm gonna move it to the top so there's no overlay or anything blocking it. So if you want to screenshot it, also I'm gonna post this picture in my Discord. If anybody wants to, everybody should join my Discord, by the way. Like everybody should join. It's the best Discord. We have the smartest people in here, and yeah, I'm gonna post this in my Discord in the photos and videos channel, and I'm gonna say level 250 boss mule tier list. I'm gonna pin the channel, ignition. I'm gonna pin the picture too. So if you ever want to refer to this, you could do that, or you could watch this video back. And yeah, I agree it's not SSS. Yeah, it's definitely not SSS. Like no shot. You need to have like crazy DPS and burst to be SSS, like 100%. They have a main class tier list. Endgame, yeah, endgame it's SSS at the moment. Main class, that's a whole different conversation.